Major Eduardo Morales' finger hovers over the trigger. One squeeze and World War III begins. Below him, the USS McFall's missile launchers track his Sukhoi Su-30 like a predator locked on prey. Both sides are armed, both sides are locked, and in 7 seconds, someone is going to die. But let's rewind. It's February 10th, 2019. The Caribbean Sea, 30 miles north of Venezuela. Two Russian-built Su-30 Mk2 fighters scream across the water at 600 knots, barely 500 feet above the waves. Major Morales leads, Captain Luis Fernandez tight on his wing. Their orders are insane. Intercept and harass the American destroyer conducting operations in international waters. President Maduro wants to send a message. The problem: the USS McFall carries enough firepower to vaporize both jets before they even know they're dead. The target is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. 9,000 tons of American firepower equipped with the Aegis combat system, SM-2 surface-to-air missiles that can kill aircraft from 100 miles away, and phalanx guns designed to shred anything that gets close. Morales' Su-30 is formidable, but against the McFall? It's a fly buzzing around a sledgehammer. Diablo II, weapons hot. Morales arms his R-73 missiles and 30mm cannon. This isn't a drill. The sea spray coats his canopy as they drop lower, using the water to mask their radar signature. Make themselves harder to track. Harder to kill. 30 miles ahead, alarms explode across the USS McFall's Combat Information Center. Captain. Two fast movers inbound, low level, closing at 600 knots. Commander Sarah Mitchell's blood goes cold. This isn't a routine flyby. This is an attack profile. General quarters. Battle stations missile. Bring Aegis to full combat readiness. The destroyer transforms into a weapons platform in 90 seconds. 300 sailors sprint to combat positions. The Aegis SPY-1D radar comes fully online, pumping megawatts of energy into the sky. On the main display, two contacts burn bright. Mitchell grabs the encrypted radio. Sword base, we have two Venezuelan Su-30s inbound, aggressive posture. Request guidance. The response takes precious seconds. McFall, you are weapons free to defend yourself. Do not fire unless you have hostile act or hostile intent. Standard rules of engagement. She needs to see weapons released or actions indicating imminent attack before she can shoot. Those seconds cost distance. Morales uses every one to close the gap. At 25 miles, he can see the destroyer through the heat shimmer. Diablo II, on my mark we split. You break right, I'll take left. We bracket them. Classic Soviet doctrine. Divide the enemy's attention. Ready to break. Fernandez's voice is tight with fear. He's 26 with a baby daughter back home. At 15 miles, the Americans get their lock. Missile lock. Missile lock. Missile lock. The warning screams in both cockpits. Fernandez's voice cracks. They've got us. Multiple locks. Morales' threat display lights up like a Christmas tree. The Americans could fire any second. At this range, the SM-2 missiles would kill them in under 30 seconds. Steady, Luis. Hold your course. Morales fights every instinct to break off. His thumb moves to the weapons release. If he fires first, maybe he gets lucky. Or maybe it starts a war. The seconds stretch into eternity. In the McFall's CIC, tension crushes the air. The contacts are inside 10 miles, still closing fast. Captain, they're not deviating. This is an attack run. Mitchell's tactical officer's voice rises. Her mind races through the rules of engagement. Low altitude, high speed, direct approach, that's suspicious. But is it hostile intent? Captain, the lead aircraft just went active. His fire control radar is painting us. The electronic warfare operator's announcement sends ice through her veins. The Venezuelan pilot has locked weapons on her ship. That's hostile intent. That's the justification she needs. Weapons free. Prepare to engage both contacts with SM-2 missiles. The weapon's console erupts. Both targets locked, solutions computed, ready to fire on your order, Captain. 2 missiles, 2 kills, both fighters dead in seconds. Her finger moves to the firing button. 1 press and 2 men die. 1 press and this becomes an international incident. Her training says fire. The tactical picture says fire. But something makes her hesitate. 7 miles. Then the radio crackles. American warship. This is Venezuelan Air Force Diablo 1. We are conducting routine patrol. Maintain your course. Do not take hostile action. This is a warning pass only. We are not attacking. The voice is accented but professional. Come. Morales is gambling everything on this call. Mitchell stares at the display. 6 miles now. Her weapons officer waits for the order. Her tactical officer is shouting. Captain, they could be lying. This could be a distraction. She has 5 seconds to decide. Fire and she's legally safe. Don't fire and she's betting 300 American lives that this is theater, not war. Hold fire. Track them through the pass, but do not engage unless they release weapons. Captain, are you? I said hold fire. The Su-30s roar past at 550 knots, 1 on each side, just 200 yards from the destroyer. The thunder of their engines shakes the entire ship. Sailors on deck duck instinctively. Morales pulls into a steep climb, rolls inverted, looks down at the American warship. He can see the missile launchers that nearly killed him. His heart hammers against his ribs. He's soaked in sweat. They survived because an American captain held her fire. Diablo 2, form up. We're going home. The fighters climb away. Mission complete. Morales knows exactly how close they came to death. Aboard McFall, Mitchell finally exhales. Stand down from battle station's missile. Someone get me the strike group commander. Now. She needs to report what just happened. 2 hostile fighters made an attack run and she held fire. She made a judgment call. She could have killed them legally. But she didn't. Morales lands at La Carlota Air Base 25 minutes later, his hands still shaking. Ground crew congratulate him. Call him a hero. They don't understand. They don't know that an American captain held his life in her hands and chose mercy. He'll be decorated. Maduro will use this for propaganda. Venezuelan pilots drove off American aggression. But tonight, alone, his hands will still shake thinking about how close he came. Mitchell writes her incident report that night. The encounter lasted 3 minutes and 42 seconds. 3 minutes where split-second decisions prevented catastrophe. She'll be questioned about why she didn't shoot when she had hostile intent. She'll have to defend her choice. But she can live with that. What she couldn't live with would be starting a war because she was too quick on the trigger. The incident makes global headlines within hours. Venezuela claims total victory. State television plays the gun camera footage endlessly. Maduro gives a speech praising the brave pilots. The Pentagon downplays it. U.S. Navy ship conducting routine operations monitored a Venezuelan training exercise. At no time was the ship threatened. But both sides know the truth. For 3 minutes and 42 seconds, 2 nations teetered on the edge. Venezuelan pilots with weapons hot. American missiles locked and ready. And in those 3 minutes, people chose not to start a war. Morales chose the radio call instead of firing first. Mitchell chose to hold fire instead of shooting. Both bet everything on the other's humanity. The Su-30s never got that close to an American destroyer again. Venezuela made their point. America made theirs. Both sides claimed victory in their propaganda. But the real victory was that cooler heads prevailed. That in a moment of maximum tension, humans chose restraint over violence. And aboard the USS McFall, the crew would remember the day they held their fire while Venezuelan fighters screamed past with weapons hot. They'd remember their captain's voice saying, "Hold fire," when everything said shoot. They'd remember proving that sometimes, the hardest trigger to pull is the one you don't. Sometimes, the greatest act of courage isn't firing the weapon. It's having the strength not to.